Several months ago, I stumbled into the strangest gaming community. This Discord server has over 30,000 members, and it's continuing to grow daily, all obsessed with a game that doesn't even exist yet. There's been no community playtesting, and this is no sequel to some blockbuster. This is a grassroots, new developer on the scene doing something new in the mobile gaming space. And what I found in their Discord server could very well change the way we think about gaming communities. Now wait, you might be saying, a mobile game? That's not real gaming, and getting ready to click away. But hold up, because what this developer is doing and how they're positioning themselves alongside of the community that's following them is truly different, regardless of the platform that you accustom yourself to. The game is called Godforge, a hero collector RPG that promises to push back against the standard expectations of the genre. But I'll get more into what makes the game special later on. What's truly fascinating is the company that stands behind it. 2 years ago, Fateless Games was created, and they quickly got to work on determining what their first game was going to be. They knew all along that they wanted to create a hero collector because the space that the leaders of the company had come from were from that genre, but they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. They searched far and wide for the appropriate IP that they wanted to base their game off of, and eventually they landed on myths and legends. Now, this was a brilliant move on their end because at the end of the day, their lore and where they're pulling their game from is from the entire history of humanity and all of the stories and legends that we know so well. But where did this company come from, and why are they doing what they're doing? One of the co-founders of Fateless, Simon, is known in the community as Hell Hades. Starting over 5 years ago as a content creator for a mobile game called Raid Shadow Legends, he quickly began to form a community around him as he covered the game, shared news, and helped players maximize their progress in this game. But he didn't stop there. Forming partnerships and a small team around him, he produced hellhades.com, which today, 5 years later, is one of the most trafficked websites on the internet when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends content. Moving on, his team developed the Hell Hades Optimizer, which today is a go-to resource for so many players when it comes to optimizing and maximizing their account in Raid Shadow Legends. The key here is that Simon, Hell Hades, didn't do any of this alone. He found other gamers, other people in his niche, partnered alongside them, and developed tools and resources that completely changed the way players played a game. He analyzed the market, he filled the gaps, and has found huge success. And with this success has come questions. You have so many resources at your fingertips, so many people that are so smart. When are you going to begin to develop your own game? For those of you who are unfamiliar with Raid Shadow Legends, it can be an extremely toxic environment, with Plarium, the company who runs it, known for being very toxic and use FOMO strategies to really draw people into spending more money than they should. Well, finally, the day came. 2 years ago, Simon came out saying that he was going to be developing his own game, and Fateless was born. From the very beginning, he continued to have his team around him and brought new talent and new voices from the community to really push forward Fateless in what they were doing. First and foremost, being a community-driven game, they wanted to ensure that all the players who participated in their game really felt as though they had a connection to the developer that was creating a game that they devoted their time, their money, and all of their attention to. And that's continued to be true today. From the very beginning, Simon, being one of the primary faces of the company, has shared more and more information about the development cycle and the things that they're working on. We have seen art, design, heroes, and animations that we would never see with any other developer. If they had gone the standard route, we would just now beginning to see polished content as we approach player testing and betas and things like that. But we have seen the development of this company for 2 years. And so you can assume that with the community starting from Hell Hades and the transparency of sharing more and more content, that gamers are flocking to the Discord and eagerly anticipating what is happening. And so this is Godforge, a hero collector RPG that will actually be available to be played cross-platform on both mobile and PC devices. Finally, after 2 years of development, their alpha testing is right around the corner. Anticipated to start in July, you can still sign up for testing at fateless.gg. Go ahead and head over there and learn more about who they are, the people behind this project, and sign yourself up and join us in the Discord. We are so excited to test this game, get our hands on some of these heroes and abilities, and really just, frankly, break the game. Now, granted, an alpha could not sound that exciting, but the reality is that even in this stage, they are doing something different. Fateless has designed the Caverns system for Godforge, and this is a tower-style gameplay in which players will be able to really maximize all of the mechanics of gaining and leveling heroes, using their abilities, and fighting against wave-based content and bosses as they experience level upon level upon level. And they haven't even stopped there, because at the end of the day, if everyone gets through the final level of the caverns, there's going to be an unlimited boss in which they'll be able to test their mettle and do maximum damage. All of this is focused around having leaderboards and tracking how well the community is doing against the content on their website and in their own analytics, so that they can then go back, make their game better, and then move towards a beta phase. Everything that Fateless is doing is different. In this genre, speed is king is a very common idea. If you can make your heroes the fastest heroes, then you'll always win. And they are pushing back against that practice. Yes, speed is still important and is still a part of this game, but they're also implementing an ultimate system and divinity levels that allow heroes to use an ultimate ability outside of their necessary turn. And so instead of only relying on speed, there are other ways that they are incorporating mechanics into the game to change up this style. Very recently, Simon released information on all the buffs and debuffs. And wait, it didn't stop there, because also in this game, there will be disables. And so the complexity and the level of attention and difference and change that can be occurring in a combat is going to be completely different than the typical genre. Godforge is going to be different. It's going to have a roguelike system, wave-based content, dungeons, bosses, clans, also known as pantheons. There's going to be so much in that game that they are putting all of their attention to, and it's really going to change the way this genre is viewed. But once again, that's not even the real story behind all of this, because at the end of the day, everything is community first. This Discord server, the reason behind this video, the thing that is standing out in the community is what really makes them different. Now that's a lot of information about Fateless and Godforge. And if you want to learn more, like I said, check out fateless.gg, sign up for their alpha wave, and join the Discord. Make sure and let them know how you got there once you do. I'll be hanging out, one of their content creators, with everybody else, the 30,000 plus members that are there. Remember, I said that there was something about that Discord, something about the community there, that could change the way we view gaming communities. Because a lot of communities have a lot of toxic players, have a lot of people that are going in and causing drama and all kinds of issues just because they want to. And once you're in the Discord, you will see very quickly that that's not the case. Sure, you can't stop every little troll from sending a message or doing something that's dumb or anything like that, but there are so many members of the community that are uplifting and positive when it comes to interacting with other players. This community already has contests, competitions, memes, general content, IRLs, and all kinds of things that are really driving players to interact well with one another. And it's synergizing the community to really pull into one another and get excited for their game. So often, players pit themselves against the developer that creates the game that they love, because at the end of the day, neither party truly understands where the other one is coming from. Well, when it comes to Fateless, they've been there. They've done that. They've lived through the pain of a developer not listening to them, and they are striving to be different. And if you look at their YouTube channel, if you check out Simon and look at everything that's being done and shared with the community, you're going to see that they really are stepping into that space and trying to be different. That has created waves in the community, that has caused us, the player base, to be more open and honest and communicative. And frankly, what other developer do you see the owners of the company actively talking with their players in their Discord on a weekly basis? That just doesn't happen. And so, yeah, this game is a mobile game. It is a hero collector, also known as a gacha game at times. But people want to be able to enjoy a game that challenges them and pushes them to do things differently. And Godforge is going to be that game. Fateless is going to be the studio that brings us something new and fresh. So how can you get involved? Well, like I've said, join the Discord. I have a link in the description down below. I'll see you over there. and then just get ready for the game. And if you want to take part in my journey of following Fateless and covering Godforge as a content creator, subscribe to my channel. I will be focusing all of my attention on Godforge, and so I look forward to having you alongside me as I work to serve this community as one of its content creators. And if you truly believe in what I'm doing and want to have an impact on this channel and my growth, then for the first time, I have a link to my Patreon down below. That support will fully go towards supporting this channel and everything I do when it comes to Godforge. And if you want to learn more about the alpha and everything that Fateless has planned for the remainder of 2025, well, check out this video next for my full breakdown on everything they have planned. Guys, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to be a part of this community, and I hope you join me in the journey. Let's get ready for Godforge.